In this video, I'm going to show you the most recent changes in Grid Designer. This is Cloud Grid Designer. And to see the version that we're on, we're going to open the Help menu and scroll down here to the bottom. This is version Cloud 33.6. If you don't see that version there, if you see 33.5, then you want to go over and you want to click the refresh button on your browser. In this version, I've added some changes to the mirrors, which were added in the previous version, 33.5. So we have one new feature now inside of mirrors. I say display, use mirrors. And now we've got a reflect drawing in 8 directions. So I'm going to show that. Let's say apply. That puts our mirror up here. And let's see, since we're going to be doing this in 8 directions, let's give ourselves a little bit more space. So I'm going to go to display grid size and I'm going to change it to 50 by 50. Okay. Now to position this, one thing that will help is if you turn on the show mouse position under the display menu. If we turn that on, then that shows you where your mouse is. And once you grab this, it will also show you the position of this, the center of this crosshair that you're using as a mirror. So up here is 0, 0. The second set of numbers in the parentheses is the distance from the opposite side. So the 0 is 0 from the left and it's 50 from the right. And if we come down here to the bottom corner, you're going to get 50, 50. Can't quite get that on the screen, but you'd get 50, 50 if you got it on that bottom corner there. So to put it in the middle, oh, there we go. I want to have it be 25, 25. So 25 from each edge. So you can see the numbers change as you do it. So let's put it in the center there. Okay, now let's grab our line tool. And now you can see instead of drawing just four lines as you're doing this, it's going to draw 8 lines. Okay, so you can do interesting things with that, you know, depending on where you put the line and how you arrange it. So, you know, with this you can draw some kind of neat designs when you're drawing. So you just, whenever you find something, when you find it where you want it to be, you can let go of the mouse and then that will draw that onto the grid. And then the same thing works with the drawing tool. So you can draw some additional things with that. And the erase tool also does that. If I do right click, then I can erase parts of that. Or if I go over and use the eraser, then I can also erase parts of that. Okay, so that's basically what has changed for the basic editing. Okay, so let's go and I'm going to show you how symbols work with the mirrors now. So we're going to do project, new project, and we have to pick something that works with symbols like the cross stitch options, or you can do the mosaic and inset, overlay, crochet. I'm going to pick black work cross stitch for this one. And I'll just pick the default brights thing for now. If I was really going to do cross stitch, you probably wanted to do some embroidery floss down there. But we'll just do this. Say create project. Now we need to pick our background color. That should be something that's kind of close to our canvas. And then we want to pick whatever we want to have set to the foreground color at the beginning. And then we say set colors. And I'm not going to save it for now. Okay, so first, let's go ahead and just draw something in blue, say, just with the tool here. Maybe we'll just make something interesting looking, like this. And I don't know if we want anything else. Maybe something like that, or something over here. No, something like that. Okay, and now we can take, now let's try and do something like outline this. Say we want to put some back stitching along the outside of all of these cross stitches that are in here. So we're going to do that with these straight lines here, this first four at the top. But let's say we want to do that in a contrasting color like a dark blue or a black. So let's go down here and pick our tool for drawing symbols. And notice now that as I draw this, it's drawing it in 8 places at once, which is a big time saver in terms of, being able to do all of this. So we only have to do this in one quadrant, basically, in one fourth of the screen. So I'm just going to kind of do a bunch of that, and then maybe we'll fast forward here. Okay, so that's about it for that. So I've done that, just a few minutes of going through all of that. And then let's draw some other things on here. We've got some other things we can do. We can add some French knots. Maybe we'll make that in blue again. Something like that, maybe. Different places, whatever you want to do. But you can draw 8 at a time this way, which is really nice. So I like doing that. And then let's see what else we can do. Let's put some diagonal in. Let's do it in some other color. Let's see. Let's try the tan with it. Something like that. I think I'd probably rather have that in black. Let's go in here. We can substitute black for that and make that come out differently. Okay, so something like that. Okay, so anyway, you can see how that draws with the symbols. Okay, now let's go in and create a new project with mosaic overlay crochet. We'll just pick a gauge here from the list. Okay, and then we'll pick, now this, well, how this one is going to start is it's going to start with stripes. So we're picking the 2 colors of the stripes, basically. Let's pick buff and blue. Okay, and I'm not going to save it. All right, so pick that. We have different set of symbols here, the X being kind of the most important one. So we'll pick X and just notice that it draws now in 8 directions. So you can play with that and see what kind of designs you can come up with there. That looks sort of interesting. Anyway, so just to show that that works also. Okay, so that's about it. So we've got 8-way and we've got symbols that are now working with the mirrors. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.